Hi guys, good evening. Hi Hamid, hi Sai, hi Vijay, hi Joy, hi Nehal. Hope you all are doing good. So we'll start in about 7-8 minutes. In between, let me just do my usual scanners and see. So LNT open and low was same. It ran. W open and low was same. It ran. U open and low were same. It ran. B big open high were same, so it was short. Good. SPX open high same, it went. Okay, so this looks good. This worked nice. Uh, Let me just check out for inside days uh, to see if we have anything good. Palantir D-Dog. Yes, so Palantir is one which we can discuss. Did I include Palantir here? No. So Palantir we can include here. Beyond Baba, they ran today. Then I want to, yes, Alex, I actually am struggling with my sleep. Like I carry on doing this late night and I have to get up early at about 5:30. So I'm short on sleep. I need some time. Hey Steve, hey May. Just looking for nothing in which are okay. So today let's talk about first ES and see what exactly happened today and why I booked upfront, and we'll talk about this. In between, guys, anyone wants to add any ticker here? Do let me know so that I can discuss that. And from next time, what we can do is, if you have any charts, you can post a chart in the Zoom chat, or you can do that here, and we can evaluate that chart, whether it is whether the chart which you are making is right, or there are some improvements which we can make, so that you just not only understand what I do, but you should also try to replicate at your end what we are doing. The goal is to learn. The goal is not to copy. The goal is to understand. All right. So any ticker you want to include, and in between we can see our target areas. 4385, 4447, both were done. Triple Q 367, almost there. It's done. Apple 144, almost done. AMD 17 done. Amazon 3306 done. BA almost, it went to 228. It did it. Google 2800 bang on. Nvidia 211 bang on. Facebook failed. It failed big time. Disney done. Nike, I didn't check. Netflix failed. Shop 1400 done. Microsoft 297 done. Roku went up to 329, so it's still not done. Tesla 800 done. Snap almost 77 done. Pins I did not check. So that's a good list, right? Airlines, yes. SAM. Airlines, we'll talk about airlines because I am personally holding airlines. Let's pick up AL and Delta and CCL. This I would like to discuss today. Any other SAM? Sam? Any other question you have before I start the routine? Do let me know. All right, if nobody has anything, we can get started. So the first and foremost thing today was Yesterday we planned that yes, we're going to have a move up, and that came out perfectly well. There were lower lows, there were higher lows, but lower highs. So it was making inside day. A break above this went up. We tested 43.85, we went up. We went to 44.20, which was a resistance area from the past. Like here, here. We kind of struggled. And it almost reached 44.20. And then it failed. Now the problem here is this was making a W. Let me take a screenshot and then use this on a paint to explain it properly. So what was happening now was it was trying to establish W. W is actually a bullish pattern. So this was setting up, but it gave back and closed right here. So it failed W, which was a positive setup. Instead, if it has failed, and this is the channel as well, if it has failed, it might convert itself into an M. And M can really go down. It can go down well below 4260 area. So that is what is happening in the current market. And I myself closed all my position. I'm just holding a butterfly in Tesla. That's it. And waiting for more clarity. And I'm not going to recommend any long or short in this overnight market for today, especially like tomorrow when we're expecting good economic numbers like related to jobs. That will have empirical impact on the market. So I'll be better sleeping tonight rather than looking at the futures. I'll be coming to the market tomorrow morning and we can see where it is heading. If we are able to break out today's high, which was 44.20, and we move towards 444, that it continues the W pattern and it's very bullish, and we can see a move towards 4,500. But if it fails right away, then we are in the making of M. M is a bearish pattern and it's not good. Plus, we are still making, like, if I take a weekly candle, we are still within the week and we have not made a higher high. We are just making an inside week. So most likely next week. And one more thing, if you try to join this on the trend line, we were not able to break out of it. This trend line, because I have so many lines on my chart, let me see if I can hide the entire piece here. Well, let me pick up SPX. SPX is better in terms of understanding. See, you see, if I pick up a channel from the top, on this channel on SPX, I'm still making lower highs and lower lows, which is not good. And still we have to break out of it, which we can if we break above 44.20. Then we have 44.44 area, which is somewhere here, this area. If we break this, then we have this. So we have good amount of resistance coming forward. So we need to be very, very careful where we are doing with ES. I would refrain myself from carrying big positions over the weekend. I'll be better off coming back on Monday and see where the market is heading. Okay, so in terms of ES, I'll go back onto my ES. ES has 4385 as a very important support area. So I am not going to mark my sheet as positive. I'm marking it as neutral. And I would just keep 4385 as a clear stop loss. My first target will be today's high, which I want to target 4421 and 444. And my conviction is not this much, about 60%. But I want to give a negative view on this as well. Sell below 4385. And where can we go? We can come down to 4372, and then 4372 is the long-term trend line as well. And if we have a weekly closing below this, that will be meaningfully pretty bearish. So I'll be very careful if we close below 4270. So 4270 is the first target, and maybe 4355. That should be the last target. 43 stop loss will be 4385 itself. Target will be 4372 and 4355. And I'm about, like, it's more on short side, which I'm more confined. I'll give it only 40%. I'm more inclined towards short now on ES. And ES has bigger constituents of technology companies, and technologies companies can drag it. Triple Q. And guys, if you have any question regarding the ES and why I did it, just post that, because that will form the basis of our work. So Triple Q went up, but it made a dodgy at end of the day. After such a good strength in the morning and back-to-back sessions, it failed to capitalize on it and close on like towards the high of the day. It failed to do that. Now again, I am a little bearish on QQQ, and again, I'm only going to make a bearish trade on it if it goes below 362.61. Let me add the bearish side of it. Short. Sell below 361.44. Stop loss will be 362.61. That's the stop loss. Target this time will again be 357 and 351. About 60%. So I will not recommend anybody to trade on index at this moment. It could be really choppy. Tomorrow people like to play small, cheaper options to make money, but I'm not seeing anything like that for tomorrow. It may be pretty choppy. On the upper side, if it breaks above this one, let's say, let me go back and see the area, this area. Yeah, if it goes above 365, then yes, it makes sense to trade in. But risk reward is not good enough in Triple Q as of now. 362.61 is the stop loss for longs. Target is 367.70. I'll just keep that. So this is the same percentage which I want to replicate here on Triple Q. Apple was strong throughout the day, But again, even with such a momentum, it just able to close right on the 12 EMA. Did not had strength to break out above 144.50. Now, if I have to trade Apple, I would only go and buy above 144.50, not at this time. So I'm just recommending it as neutral, buy only above, and I will correct the language here, only above. And target is 146.20. See, all these stocks, they had their run 2 days from now, and now they are practically sitting at good areas where they can move. So it's better not to touch them if they're not coming in your areas. Otherwise, you will end up paying the option price heavy, or in my case, if I tend to enter chasing it, I'll be most likely losing it. So I'll prefer to wait and see if Apple comes above 144.50, and then I'll take it from there. And I'm 60% confident. Yesterday, I was 80% confident, and you saw it moved from 142 to 144. It did its job, but it could not break out above 144.50. So I'm just keeping it as neutral. AMD, I am bullish on AMD. AMD, like we discussed yesterday, that yes, I have positions in AMD, and we made good return on that. It's making a W, so a breakout above 108, which it should have done. It kind of restrained today and came back with the market, but I'll be a buyer in AMD with a stop loss of 104. I'll be buyer in AMD, and I'm keeping the stop loss of 104. Target is 107 and 108. I'm just giving one more target here, 108.25 area, and this. And I am giving 70% conviction on this. And buy near. What is the good area to buy? If you can buy here, maybe 105 area, 105.70. Buy near 105 to 105.70. That's a good area where you can actually enter into this and then see momentum. And this should be pretty clear stop loss. Amazon was looking good. It got bounced from here, made a morning star, and then break out with a gap. It's holding that gap. So till the moment 32.86 is there, I think it should be fine. But the only problem is, even if it had good momentum, it was not able to close above 33.05, which was the 12 EMA. So that kind of gives me a little less confidence. And I believe that if it breaks below 32.86, it might come and fill the gap. So I'll wait in Amazon now. I'm just marking it as neutral. I am keeping the stop loss at 32.80. What was the gap here? 32.60. So the gap is still there. So I'm just keeping that as the stop loss. If you get an opportunity to enter here in this range, then it's good. Otherwise, avoid. If it is not moving, it might eat more premium. So it's better to, guys, 1 second. Sorry about that. So I was saying, if Amazon does not break above 32.86 or does not hold this, I would not be entering this. I'll be entering if it touch this and then bounce back above 32.86. That will be a good entry, and target will be 3360 this time. Today's high and 3360. Today high was 33 3325. So it should break out about 3325. But again, I'm just making this pretty clear that I'll be entering if it touch 332.60 and then bounces towards 32.86. Because tomorrow morning, if supposedly if we have a report which comes out and as a result market is going down, I'll be waiting for Amazon to test this area first, and then once it crosses about 32.86, I'll be entering into Amazon. Otherwise, I'm just avoiding Amazon. BA, I'm still bullish. It almost breached this line on the daily candle, and it's coming to a region where, like on the weekly candles as well, it's about to break out. A close, it has not seen a breakout since May in out of this channel. And if you see on the weekly, it's making a W. So I'm pretty bullish on BA. I'm holding position myself on BA with 1119 options. So I'm just keeping this open. A weekly close above this channel will be really, really bullish. And you can see a very big momentum. Maybe something is coming, some news related to China or something, which will have impact on Boeing. But something is coming. It's the way it is moving. It's making higher highs and higher lows. Plus, it's coming towards the breakout of the channel. So tomorrow, I'm most likely expecting it to break 230. Most likely. So that it can complete the higher highs and higher lows on the weekly. And plus, it will confirm the channel breakout, which is really bullish. So I will be entering above 227 now, 228, and my stop loss will move. BA stop loss will become 225. And I'll be by about 228. I'm looking for 239 on both sides. That's my target. BA, I'm bullish. Google has done its job on the daily candle. Almost came to 2800 today and then gave back all the gains. Similar to all the charts, if you can get an entry around 2760, or if you have a gap fill first and then it bounces above, then it makes sense to enter. Otherwise, I'm not touching it. So the trade is still neutral again. And I'll be buying this if it fills the gap and then tries to bounce. If it doesn't hold here, I'll not be entering, because then I'm not expecting a big move over the weekend. In this case, if it touches, it fills the gap, it covers everything which is there. Here, it filled the gap. You see right here, it filled the gap, which was here. So this gap is filled. Similarly, I want this gap to be filled so that I can have more confidence in Google. So I'll be a buyer above 2768, but I want this to test the gap first. Similar to Amazon. Let me mention here, gap fill first. Similar here, it needs to gap fill first. And areas for entry will be about 2768. Stop loss will be 2753. And target will be 2800. And I am just giving it a 60% because it's neutral. Nvidia was looking really good today. came all the way and trying to break out, but made a dodgy. Again, it tested the 12 EMA as a support and bounced from there. So here I'll still be keeping the same uh, settings like for NVIDIA. I'm positive we need to buy above this line, target 211. Instead of 211, I would say target will be now today's high, which is 213, 22, and then 218. And I'm bullish on NVIDIA. Facebook had a pretty rough day. It could not capitalize and failed from this long-term trend line and made a bearish engulfing, which is not really good. So it's bearish engulfing. And that too is rare in nature. So I'll be a seller on Facebook now. Seller with, it had a break, 1, 2, 3. So sell below 326. And we can see 310. And stop loss will be 338. So sell below 320. This was the area, right? 1, 2, 3. 326. Sell below 326. It's a sell, which is 326. Stop loss in this case will be 338, which is a very big stop loss. I can find a better one. Better stop loss should be this one, 335. It's still a very wide range, but this is what it is. And target, which is coming here, is 314 to 305. So Facebook is not looking really good. You may not like the targets because they are pretty far away, but sometimes these things work out. They work out on its own. See, you need to go short on this only below 326. You need not rush that, yes, it's 328. Let me become a little quick, add a short, and then you will end up stranding and losing money. So no, wait for this. Disney. Disney almost tested 180 target today and holding the gap. So this Disney is coming out of this break. So I'll be a buyer in Disney if I get an opportunity around 176.20 or 177, like that will be a perfect. See, this is called a gravestone doji, where open and close are exactly the same price. So market was not sure what to do with Disney. All right, so I'll be a buyer in Disney if it comes around. I'm just marking it as neutral, but I'll be a buyer here above 177 with the stop loss of 175.70. And I'm looking for 180 now. 180 needs to break. If we break out of 180, we will definitely see 183. So let me include that 183 target here. Okay, and we have Nike. Nike breakout, held the gap as we were talking about this for last couple of days. Since 147, 148, it had a target of 156. It almost reached midway to 154. So the target is still open. The stop loss will move up to 150. So the stop loss will move to 150.38. Target is today's high, 153. 66 and 155. And again, 60% buy above 150 through 153 area. This is Nike. Netflix started good, almost tested the long-term average of 640, but it closed below 634, which was not good. Like if you see this channel here, if I join the tops, not this one, this one. It's coming in a channel, like it's not a perfect channel, but yes. So I am just marking this as neutral because it can go down. This candle was massive. So we might see some move of cooling off in Netflix, and it may touch down to 622, and 622 to 615 or 611 will be my target on Netflix. I'm just marking it as neutral to short. I'll be seller here. Sell near 635. Stop loss is this. Target is 622, 615. Again, not good conviction on Netflix because Netflix has been a very positive stock in last entire month. So a little tight to go short on this. Shopify is positive. Shopify did 1400 today and had done it with good strength. So I'll be a buyer in Shopify and my target will be 1420, which is still open. The stop loss will move up to 1382. So only thing which has changed in this will be the stop losses. 1382. Target will be 1420, and I'm pretty confident on this. So buy near 1382. If you get an opportunity, it's a buy on dip. Buy on dip. You should not be missing this one. Microsoft was working good, but again, all of these stocks, they gave up and made dodges. Dodges usually come when the market is not sure what to do now. So in this case, I'll not be picking up any trade in Microsoft. Either it needs to break below 292 or it needs to hold 292, then it makes sense. So I'm just marking it as neutral, and I'm not recommending any trade on Microsoft. It's a no trade. I'll tend to avoid this. Roku, I am still bullish. If I get an opportunity, I would tend to enter into this with stop loss of 319. If I get around 319, yes, and I'm still looking for 333 and 345. Roku has morning star, so it will continue. And even today, when market was going down, it was not going down with strength. It was holding. And most likely, if market stabilizes or if market shows some level of strength, Roku will be the first one to move up. So I'm pretty bullish on Roku. Everything falls in line. Tesla has done its target of 800 today, and it had the event, and nothing came out of event as usual from Tesla. Like people had very high expectations, but nothing came out of it. Now it will be a good premium eater. If you have options shorted, then you should be doing great. You may even try to sell this with a stop loss of 797. This 797 has been a pain for Tesla. 796, 797. I'll be trying to short Tesla. marking it as neutral. Sell below 790. Come on. Stop loss is 797. Target is 779. And second target will be 764. I'm about 70% confident on this. Sell on Tesla. Snap was wonderful today. Again, I've been reiterating this. Snap always get a good entry around 71. It did that, and then once it breaks out of 74, it went up all the way to 77. So any dip should be bought on Snap with a stop loss of 73. Above 74.69, if you get it, the only thing over is this one. Everything else is there. Target is still 78. If you get, I'll say buy this on dip. Let me remove Microsoft from my list. Last one is pins. Pins look positive. It finally closed, like it went above the 12 EMA and it closed, showing a bull flag. So till the moment it's holding 51.70 area, I'll be neutral. So again, 51.70 area is there. Stop loss, I would say, is now 51. Target is still 54, which is this area. So pins is moving. It's an outside day, and then it showed a strength close about 12 EMA, reflecting the bullish flag. So yes, it looks good. Then I am pretty much done with my work. So I'll pick up all the tickers which you have posted in chat or initially discussed. Let me pick up airlines, American Airlines, and let me add some volume here. So all these airlines, they were making the W and then it failed and made the M, and it's making a bearish engulfing right now, which is not usually positive in nature, but this thing happened because of the increase in the crude prices and the sentiment of downgrades by all the big banks. They're still positive on the sector, but they are downgrading it. I'm not sure why. So as of now, this is a channel which is at the bottom. It should take, like if I draw it from here, it comes around here, and then it comes around here. This channel, it's at the bottom. If it doesn't bounce from here, then there's no point in staying in airlines, especially American Airlines. This is the bottom right now. And I'm expecting a bounce in Boeing. And if that bounce happens, we might see a move up. Otherwise, it's not looking good. Delta Airlines. Delta Airlines was the best of the lot. It filled the gap yesterday, tested the 12 EMA. Today it opened higher and then gave back and closed below 43.89. But the good part is now the EMAs and the candles are testing each other, and this is a long-term trend line. So a break above 43.89 can be marked as positive. Close below 43.44, you should be exiting Delta on the longer side. Then we had CCL. All these stocks, they were trying to break out. We see they were making higher highs, higher lows, even on the weeklies. it's still on the setup that it's kind of consolidation phase, went up, making a evening star, but this is already at the bottom, so there's no sense of evening star. This is a perfect evening star, and this is a perfect channel as well on CCL. So it didn't break out of here. I hope it didn't break down here. So should be holding around this area. Okay, then Sam Palantir Twitter. Let me include a firm and LRCX. Okay, let me pick up Sam first. Sam is making a bullish engulfing this week, and that if you're buying it because it has gone down substantially, that's not the right logic. But yes, it is showing up strength. If it breaks above 562, you might see good momentum in it towards 600 to 700. But again, Sam is not liquid stock. It usually has low to very low volume and option spreads. The cost is pretty big. Like bid and ask spread is pretty wide. So I tend to avoid Sam. But yes, it's looking positive. Palantir. Palantir is making an inside day, but previous day was massive. It made a gravestone doji today, which again is confused. But if you see it, it still made a higher low. So it has not broken the trend. It is still holding the trend of the bullish nature. So if you get a close above 24, you might see some strength coming back. And if you see, this is making a good cup and a possible handle. This is a consolidation of 3 weeks. There's a good cup and a handle, which is getting established on Palantir. Twitter. Twitter had good strength today, almost 5% up. As soon as it opened above the gap and hold it 62, it broke 63 and close high on the momentum. So yes, it's looking to fill the gap of 65. Once it fills the gap, it can carry on the move. So it's a good entry if you can get it around 63 with a stop loss of 62. It could be a good entry. Affirm. Affirm, last night we were talking about a firm that yes, potentially it will come around this area, 125, 120, 30, 28 area. It did came and then bounced, made a higher high. But I think there was some negative news about a firm, and it may, if it loses 125, it may come down to 121. If it holds like it held today, 133 area, it's making a higher high, higher low, which is pretty bullish. A move over 133 can be really good. Then we have LRCX. LRCX is making a morning star. Yes, after a big consolidation and down moves, it's making a morning star. So yes, if it was green today and ended on green, that would have been a perfect morning star. But it opened and it's high are pretty like almost same. 564.03 was open, 564.14 was high, and it sold off. So the morning star is there, but from the candle shape, but the color of the candle is not appropriate. It should be red, green, or dodgy, and then green. So it's not a morning star as such. It could have been if it sustained green on the price where it opened. So I'll be little unsure on going long unless it crosses 566. It needs to cross 566 and it needs to hold it at least on a 30-minute candle, that 566 area. Then it might see some momentum. A break above 585 can be meaningful run, but not at this price. Coin. Coin bounced right from 224 area where we talked. It's making higher highs, looking good with Bitcoin getting momentum. 250, 363 is an area where it needs to like hold. If it does, you may see 265. Otherwise, 244. It has failed 253 couple of times, so I'll be watching it very carefully. And then PH, I have no idea on this company. It has made a double inside day, and not double inside day. It was coming in some of the indicators. Let me make some levels on this first. I have not taken this, and it made 297, almost tested. Like if I refine it, it should be fine. 297. It needs to break out 297, otherwise it's gonna struggle. It needs to break out of 297. If it does, you can see 309. 309 to 314 area. Because I have said I have no idea about bio companies. So no idea about they don't work on technicals. It's just making 1, 2, 3, double inside bar, a break below, a break up above 33 or below 29. You can have a very big move coming to you. But sorry to say, I have zero understanding of pharmaceutical companies or any of the bio stocks. I have zero knowledge in them. Moderna. I'm still recommending a short. See, it's tested, could not breach out of this, making lower highs and lower lows, still negative, looking for 256. If one option I have to choose tomorrow to play, I'll be buying a put on Moderna. That will be my trade. Lucid Motors, I have said many times, it's a long-term trade. It's very positive. It's making inverted head and shoulders. If you get an opportunity, just buy it. Buy it and leave it. It could be a multi-bagger. SOXL. ETF. It actually has broken down from the channel. It did, like if I create a channel here, it did break down from the channel. This was a channel right there. So started from here, went up, came down, went up, came down, but now it broke down. So it's not looking bullish. It's making the inverted hammer here, which is like buyers do not have strength to hold on to the price gains. So I'll be looking for a gap fill, which is 39. 39 come down to 39. Octa. Again, inverted hammer dump. People were not able to hold a price here. They did, like, it opened here, they tried to move it up, but again, it was sold at this area, 236.78 area. So I'll not be looking to enter into this unless it crosses 239. It needs 239 to breach to have some confidence. This is the area where it has struggled. If it breaches 239, you will see 244, 250 pretty quickly, but not at this thing. If you want to go short, you can short it below 232. You can do a good short. Dock in. Digital holdings. I need to draw some levels on this. I have no idea about this company, but people trade it. I've seen many people doing it. So let me just make some flips here. Till now, it's holding 83 area. I think it's pretty good. If it breaks below 83, it has support of 80. So if you get a dip and you try to buy around 80, don't do that. If it breaks above 88, that's the time where you can enter. If it breaks 88, it will run massively, but not here. It's like if you're already in the position and you are looking in gains, then hold with a stop loss of 84. But do not make a new position if you do not have it. Wait for 88 to breach. Once it breaches 88, yes, you will have good momentum. If you have some time, would you like to hear your view on BRKB? That's not even a ticker. All right, guys, let me do one thing. Let me share the Zoom link on the chat. And if anybody is interested to talk and have a discussion, you can join over there. I'll be posting the link and you guys can come and join there. Once you are there, I will be closing the live streaming. Because last time, like when I posted it, many people were not able to join and before the meeting closed. So where is my session? Right there. You can join the Zoom and the link is there. If I close the session, then you may lose it. So I would recommend you guys to join it. And I'm opening I'm just opening it up. Hi guys, can you see my screen? So I would. All right, if you are in, I'll be like to close the live streaming. Just muting you all. I think that's it. So thanks for being on YouTube. Let me just stop the streaming and then we can